I think I took a vampire home in a rideshare. Now, I don't tell this story to scare people. I tell this story because I still don't think that I survived something I wasn't supposed to. And if you ride Ubers, Lyfts, taxis, whatever, please listen to me. And the craziest part is, it started like the most regular rideshare ever. Okay, so boom. This happens a couple of months ago, late at night. I'm talking after midnight when the streets are quiet and the sky is dark and the air feels heavy, like something is watching you. I had just left my friend's apartment. We were hanging out, eating, laughing, talking about life. Nothing creepy, nothing crazy. I was tired, so I ordered a rideshare home. It says that the driver was 5 minutes away. And when I look at the app, I saw the driver's profile picture and his name. I don't know why, but I felt this little chill down my back. Not fear, just this weird feeling like something isn't right. But I ignored it. I'm not trying to be dramatic or anything, so I go downstairs. I'm standing outside on my phone waiting, and that's when I saw it. A black sedan, window tinted, so dark that you could barely see inside. And it wasn't playing any music, no radio, just silent. The car stopped right in front of me. I opened the back door and I sat down. The second I sat down, the smell hit me. Now, not a perfume smell, not a cologne smell. It was like iron, like pennies, like blood. But I told myself maybe it was just the car interior. Maybe he worked late. Maybe somebody spilled something in his car. Then I looked up. That's when I finally saw him. The driver looked human, but not at the same time. His skin was pale, like the kind of pale that doesn't look like a person who hadn't got enough sun. It looks like the kind of pales that look dead. His hair was dark, slicked back. His eyes were a strange color. Not brown, not hazel. It was like a grayish, cloudy color, like smoke. He didn't turn around to greet me. He didn't say, "Hey, how you doing?" All he said was, "You're late." I paused like, "Huh?" I said, "Excuse me?" He repeated calmly, "You're late." Now I'm confused because late for what? This man is my rideshare driver. I'm not meeting him for a date. So I was confused. So I awkwardly laughed. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know I had a time limit." Then he finally looked up in the mirror at me. And when he did, he smiled. But it wasn't a friendly smile. He looked like he was amused, like he knew something I didn't. And then he said, "Most people usually don't get in my car." That's when I felt the first wave of fear. My stomach tightens. I looked down at my phone quickly just to make sure that the app was still on and that I wasn't hallucinating. Everything looked normal. The ride was still active. The driver's name still attached. So I told myself again, "You're tripping, relax." But still, something was off about it. We pull off, and within 2 minutes, I noticed something weird. He wasn't following the GPS. GPS is saying one thing, and he's driving in a completely different direction. So I spoke up, firm but polite. "Hey, I think the GPS is going the wrong way." He didn't answer. He didn't even glance at me, just kept on driving. So I said it again, a little louder. And this time, he slowly says, "I know where you live." My heart dropped. Because why are you speaking like that? Why are you talking like you already know me? And then he added, "You live in the white building, 2nd floor." I froze. Because yes, that was correct, but I never told him that. The information's on the app, sure, but still, the way he said it didn't sound like he was reading it. It sounded like he had been there, like he had been watching. So now I'm in full survivor mode. So I started thinking quick. I started texting my friend, "Hey, something is happening. I think my driver is taking me the wrong way. Can you stay on the phone with me?" In the middle of typing, I noticed something else. The street light will always shine into the car as we pass them. And every time the light hits his face, his reflection in the rearview mirror didn't look right. It's hard to explain. It was like the mirror wasn't fully catching him, like he was there but not there. And the more I stared, the worse it got. I looked away quickly because I felt like I was starting to get a little dizzy. Like the longer I looked at him, the more I got tired. My eyes started to get really heavy. My body started to relax in ways that I did not choose. I swear to you, I heard him whispering under his breath in a language that I did not understand. So I was like, oh, hell no. I pretended that I got a phone call. So I put the phone to my ears. Hey, yeah, I'm in the right chair. I'm about 2 minutes away. I wasn't, but I wanted him to think that I wasn't alone. I said, yeah, babe, I see you outside. Even though there was nobody outside. And that's when the driver finally reacted. He grabbed the steering wheel tighter, his knuckles turning whiter than his skin, and his jaw twitching as if he was irritated. Then he said, you shouldn't lie. And then I said, I'm not lying. He replied, your pulse changes when you lie. I swear my whole soul left my body, because why are you listening to my pulse? And how could you even hear that? My heart was pounding. Yes, but the car wasn't quiet enough for him to be able to hear that unless he wasn't listening with regular ears. Now I'm panicking, but I'm trying to stay calm. I looked around and I noticed that we were near a gas station. Lights, people, camera, safety. So I started thinking quick. So, hey, can you pull into this gas station? I'm feeling a bit nauseous. I need some water. He didn't answer. So I said, please, I'll tip you extra. The word extra did something to him. He glanced at me. His eyes looked black for a second, like his pupils extended. Then he pulled into the gas station. But he did not park near the front. He parked near the back where the light barely hits. And he turned around fully this time. I got to see the first clear look at his eyes. His eyes did not blink normally. His skin was too smooth. And when he smiled again, I saw it. His teeth were normal until he smiled wider. And the two top teeth were not normal. They weren't huge like in the movies. They were subtle, sharp, like they were meant to penetrate something. My body went cold. I said, thank you, and reached for the door. But before I could open it, he said, if you get out, you won't like what follow you. I froze with my hand still on the handle. I turned around slowly like, what do you mean? And he whispered, they can smell you now. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't stay to be curious. The second he finished that sentence, I flung the door open and I ran into the gas station so fast that I almost tripped. I didn't even look back. I ran straight to the counter, shaking. The cashier asked me if I was okay. I couldn't even speak. I said, could I please stay here? I think something or someone is trying to hurt me. He looked concerned and said yes. So I stood around by the drink area, pretending like I was shopping, and I pulled up the rideshare app. The ride was still active, but it didn't show him on the map anymore. Then suddenly, the ride ended itself. Trips completed. Completed? I was nowhere near home. So I immediately hit support, reported everything. But the creepiest part is, when I looked up the driver profile, it refreshed. His entire profile disappeared, like he never existed. No history, no name, no driver, nothing. So I waited until my friend picked me up. So I thought this would have been the end of it, but it wasn't. The next morning when I woke up, I had 2 tiny marks on my wrist. Not mosquito bites, not scratch marks. 2 tiny dots, like pinpricks. My whole body felt drained like I hadn't slept in days. I couldn't stop thinking about what he said though. They can smell you now. And I realized something that made my stomach turn. He didn't say he could smell me. He said they could smell me. Which means I've gotten out the car, but something might have stayed with me that night. So if you're watching this at night and your ride is late at night, your driver pull up in the dark and the air feels cold and they don't speak like a normal person, please do not be polite. Do not be nice. Do not ignore the red flags, because I truly believe that night I didn't get out and get into the rideshare. I get into a feeding ground, and I was supposed to be the meal that night. Okay, well, that was a very long story. That was very creepy. What do you guys think of this story? Anyways, I'm done. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hope you enjoyed this.